Good morning, students. Welcome back to Business Studies class and the continuing chapter Private, Public, Global Enterprises. Today we will talk about the third form of public sector enterprise, that is government company. We have already covered first two types, that is departmental undertaking and statutory corporations in previous sessions. So let's start and talk about government company now. Student, government company is a company in which not less than 51% of the paid up share capital is held by the central government or state government, or it can be jointly by both. Fine. So that means out of 100%, any company share capital will be 100%. Out of 100%, 51% is held by the government and rest 49% can be held by private sector or general public. Okay. Now the second thing, any subsidiary of a government company is also considered as government company. For this example is MTNL. Now, shares of government companies purchased in the name of President of India. In any company, shares are there, then that means shareholding will be in name of some person or an individual. In case of government companies, the shares are purchased in the name of President of India, he being the head of the country. And in case of the company is owned by only state government, in that case, shares are purchased in the name of governor of that particular state. And here are a few examples. Hindustan Insecticides Limited, State Trading Corporation of India, Hindustan Cables, BSNL, NTPC, NHPC, SAIL, GAIL, there are many more. Okay. So now let us discuss the features. Now, it is registered or incorporated under Companies Act 1956. Okay, like any other company, this company is also registered under Company Act. And it has a separate legal entity. What does it mean? The company can file a suit in a court of law against any third party and can be sued also. And the company can enter into a contract and can acquire property in its own name. That this is what a separate legal entity is. Fine. Now, how the employees are recruited in this case? They are recruited and appointed as per the rules and regulations contained in memorandum and articles of association. The government company obtains its fund from, one thing is government, because shareholding is 51%. The government will invest the money and other private shareholdings. And these companies can also raise funds from capital markets. That means the share markets, the stock market. Now, in this case, the audits are not done as like in case of statutory corporations, but an auditor is appointed by the central government and the annual report is to be presented in the parliament for the state legislature. Right? Now, let's talk about the merits or the suitability first. The suitability for this kind of public enterprises when it has to run on business lines. This kind of enterprise is started or it is apt. When enterprise has to compete with other companies in private sector. Okay, why? So because see, if government company is there in the same kind of business, it can curb unhealthy business practices. So this is one of the merits also. Yeah. So whenever government has to compete with the other private sector companies, so this government starts its own company. And when financial and technical subscriptions from private and foreign enterprises are required. Okay, whenever they need some financial support or technical support so that people can invest in their companies, this kind of government companies started. Now merits, It can be easily formed as per the provision of Companies Act, and only an executive decision of government is required in this case. Okay? No separate act in the parliament is required, like in case of statutory corporations. Now, as I told you, it is a separate legal entity, so apart from government, so that means it is free from government regulations. So they form their own rules and regulations. It enjoys autonomy in management decisions and flexibility in day-to-day working. These are able to control the market and curb unhealthy business practices. How do they curb it? By providing goods and services at fair prices. So they don't allow other private sector players in the same business to charge the consumers or the customers unnecessarily. It should be reasonable prices. This is what they want. Because there, again, the motive is profit making here, but keeping in mind the public welfare as well. Okay. Now let us talk about demerits. Since the government is the only major shareholder, the provision of Company Act does not have much relevance. Right? It comes under government. It is not directly accountable to Parliament. This one demerit. The next thing is the government being the sole shareholder, the management and administration rest in the hands of government. Though we say there's no intervention, but everything is in the hands of government because they are the major shareholders. That's why the main purpose of the government company registered like other companies is defeated. What is the use even if it is registered under Company Act? Yeah, this is what they say. So these were the demerits. Hope you've understood. Go through again your textbook. If you have doubts, you can raise it through Google Classroom. Now here's the assignment. You will read this chapter till page number 66. You will also complete the quiz sent after watching these videos. Before also I had sent one quiz. Most of you have not attempted it, which shows that you guys are not watching the content which is being sent to you regularly. Kindly do that. Do not keep any backlogs for yourself. You'll also draw a chart in your register. You can refer page number 61 of your textbook. So that same kind of chart I want you guys to draw. Then you will do this question, differentiate between public and private sector companies on these 5 bases which I have given: ownership, objectives, forms of organizations, accountability, government control. It should be clear after going through all the lessons what I have sent, and also you'll read the textbook. You'll be easily able to write this question. Also, what is red tapeism? Answer that question. You'll also make a digital scrapbook of various forms of public enterprise. That means we have 3 forms: department undertakings, statutory corporations, and the third one we did today, government company. For each type, you will make at least 5 companies each type. Okay, and then you will make a digital scrapbook with their names and logos in it. Fine. That's it for today. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay happy.